Kay, I wanted to ask you something.
Sure, Miguel.
Will you go to the Halloween dance with me?
What did you say?
I said, would you go to the Halloween dance with me?
Oh, Miguel.
So, Sheridan, are you sure you don't want to change your mind?
About what?
About going to the Halloween dance with me?
Thanks for asking, Hank, but I told you I don't do Halloween.
But you've never done Halloween with me. You might decide you like it.
Well, if anyone could make me like Halloween, it would definitely be you. Gwen! Excuse me, Hank. Gwen, what are you doing here? You look awful.
Well, I didn't get much sleep last night.
Why? What's wrong?
Sheridan, Ethan's not in love with me anymore.
What? What are you talking about? Of course Ethan loves you.
No. Ethan's in love with Pilar's daughter, Teresa.
If I step up my days working at the Crane Mansion, well, it shouldn't take me any time at all to get Ethan to realize that I am the right girl for him, not Gwen. Thank God for the day I took that job. If I didn't have it, I'd almost never get to see Ethan. Talk about meant to be. A bonus time I didn't even count on. Ethan. Hi.
Oh, hey, Teresa. What are you doing here?
Oh, I came over with Whitney. Well, why aren't you playing on one of the courts on the estate?
I needed to get off the grounds for a while.
Oh, that's great. I mean, what a coincidence.
Yes, I'm glad I ran into you.
Oh, really? You are?
I've been thinking about your job at the house.
Oh, really? Because I was
Teresa,
thinking about...
it's over. I don't want you to come back.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
I'm saying you don't have a job. I don't want you to work for my mother.
Why? What did I do?
Teresa, I don't want to go into it. Just take my word for it. It's for your own good. Just don't come back. Go find another job.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Okay, just to be absolutely sure that I'm clear about this, you want me to go to the Halloween dance with you? You and me, us, together?
Yeah, if you're free.
Me free? Yeah, I'm absolutely free.
Okay, then it's set, right?
Right.
Miguel, may I see you for a minute?
Be right there, Mrs. Ramsey. There's something else I wanted to tell you, so don't go anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
What's with the goofy grin, Kay?
Simone, you're not gonna believe this. Miguel just asked me out.
You're right, I don't believe it.
I'm serious, Simone. He just asked me to go to the Halloween dance with him.
Get serious, Kay.
Look, Simone, I don't care why Miguel asked me. All I care is that he did, and I said yes, and we're going to the dance together.
Well, if this isn't some kind of mistake, then I'm really happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I have to think of a great costume. Maybe someone fabulously sexy, like Jennifer Lopez. You talking about the Halloween dance? Yeah, the one Miguel is going to take me to.
You think you're going to the dance with Miguel?
I certainly do. He just asked me.
Yeah, right. What are you smoking, Kay? We all know Miguel only has eyes for one girl, and it's that girl right over there.
You know what? I don't care that Charity gets to have my new room. I don't care that Charity got the new clothes that I wanted. I don't even care that the car I was promised was put on hold because of Charity.
You know why Mom and Dad did all that stuff is because Charity is our cousin, and her mom was just killed in a fire.
And that's fine, as long as I have Miguel. And
It looks like I'm going to. Simone, she has finally snapped. It's time she was put away for good.
Lay off, Jessica. Maybe it's true.
Maybe. Whose side are you on, anyway?
Of course I'm on your side, Kay, but it is a little hard to believe.
A little?
Okay, Miss Smartmouth, let's make a bet. Whoever wins gets the other's allowance for a month.
Fine. And if I win, vice versa.
What's the bet? That I'm going to the dance with Miguel.
And I say you won't. Deal.
Deal.
Allowance for a month.
Hey, Kay, can I talk to you about the dance? In private?
Sure, Miguel.
Miguel, is it true that you asked Kay to the dance?
Yeah, sure. Why?
You think Ethan's in love with our housekeeper's daughter?
Yes. I've had suspicions, but now I know for sure. Sheridan, Ethan's in love with Teresa.
You really have a thing for Sheridan, don't you?
Well, how can anyone not have a thing for Sheridan? She's a beautiful woman. She's beautiful to look at. She's beautiful to be with.
She's okay looking.
Okay? Are you feeling all right? I mean, why do you think I'm down here? You know, working for you for free. It's because she's gorgeous, and she's the most interesting woman I've met in a long time.
You mean you have to worry about getting killed when you're with her? I guess you could call her interesting.
Louis, she didn't mean to hit you with that bottle.
Yeah. Supposed to have been the mugger.
Well, she apologized, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. I just can't believe you're going to set yourself up for a fall like this.
Come on. Not another lecture on what a fool I am to get involved with Sheridan Crane.
That's right. You're my friend. I don't want to see you get mowed down.
Well, don't worry about me, all right? Look, I know you and Sheridan have your problems, okay? But you have to admit, she is gorgeous. Right?
Do you really believe that Ethan is in love with Teresa?
Well, I don't know if he actually loves her, but I found him holding her in his arms, Sheridan. I mean, he said that she tripped and fell and he caught her, but that's not the part I saw. The only part I saw was him holding her in his arms and staring deeply into her eyes. And I'm not imagining things either.
I'm sure you're not, but it all sounds reasonable to me. I mean, if Teresa tripped and fell down the stairs, he couldn't just let her fall.
And he didn't have to hold her so long either.
Look, have you talked to Ethan about this?
Yes, I have, and he denies any feelings for Teresa. But he called me Teresa when we were dancing.
He called you Teresa?
Yes. I guess he must have been thinking about her.
Gwen, I'm sure it wasn't anything
No,
like
you can't explain that one away, Sheridan.
I'm sure it was an accident. I mean, haven't you ever mixed up a name?
No! I would never call Ethan by another man's name. I'm in love with him.
And he's in love with you.
I wish I could believe that. But all these little coincidences are adding up, and it all started the night he took her to the ballet.
Ivy insisted that he take her to the ballet because you weren't available. He couldn't just say no.
It is one thing to take an employee to the ballet. It's another thing to worry about her and to want to protect her and to expect me to lie to her brother, who happens to be a cop.
Look, Teresa was scared half to death of Luis finding her with Ethan at the ballet. I mean, surely Ethan explained to you.
He did. He did. But I still think that there's more going on between Ethan and Teresa than he's willing to own up to.
Ethan, I don't understand. Why don't you want me to go back to the mansion? Did I do something wrong? I mean, did I make a mistake? Because if I did, I am so sorry.
No, Teresa, I'm sorry. I could have broken this to you a lot more gently. Can you forgive me?
Yeah, of course, but I still want to know why this is happening. I'll make up for whatever I did. I'll do whatever I have to do to apologize. But please don't throw me out.
Teresa, you're making this very difficult. I told you I'd rather not get into it. It's for my sake as well as for yours that I'm asking you to go.
Why? I mean, can't you tell me why?
No. I can tell you that my mother is very appreciative of everything you've done. I mean, you've been great. But the time has come for it to end. Your job at the house is over.
I am sorry, Ethan, but I cannot accept that. Not without some kind of explanation. If I didn't do anything wrong, why are you firing me?
Teresa, I told you, it's for your own good.
What does that mean? Is it your mother? Is she the one that doesn't want me back in the house?
No. It's me. I don't want you there.
Gwen, I think you are reading into this much more than you should be. I know Ethan. He's my nephew. He loves you. He's told me over and over and over again how much he loves you.
Well, if he loves me, he's a very strange way of showing it.
You know, the cause of your problems is not Teresa. It's that man over there.
Okay. I admit she's pretty.
Pretty? How about beautiful?
Okay, beautiful. But in her case, the cliche holds true.
Oh, what cliche?
I know you don't agree, but Sheridan's beauty is only skin deep. Beneath the surface, she's a crane through and through.
Well, I think she's probably proud of that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But they're bad people, Hank. If there's no beauty in them, they don't care about anyone else but themselves.
Okay. I mean, you can think what you like, but I see Sheridan differently than you do.
You see that woman she's talking to over there? Gwen? I saw her on the street the other night, arguing with Ethan Crane. I mean, they're supposed to be in love.
So they were having a lover's quarrel. So what?
So they're from the same social set. Hey, can you imagine what would happen if someone from our social set got involved with one of them?
I don't know, but I can't wait to find out.
Man, you're crazy. I mean, can't imagine you're hoping to get involved with Sheridan Crane. I mean, once you cross the money divide, watch out.
Watch out for what?
I mean, if, God forbid, you ever married her, can you imagine what you'd be called?
What?
Mr. Sheridan Crane at best. At worst, a kept man, her boy toy.
I could learn to live with that.
Thank God Teresa never got involved with any of the Cranes. I'd go crazy if that ever happened.
You don't want me in the house?
That's right. I don't think it's a good idea that you're there.
Well, it was all right yesterday, and it was all right the day before, and the week before that. What has happened now? Is it Gwen?
No, it's not Gwen. As I said, I don't want to go into it.
You said it was for my own good. Well, if that's true, then why can't you tell me what it is? Don't I have the right to know?
Teresa... Ethan Crane. I'm sorry, I have to take this. This is business. Excuse me?
Teresa, hi. Looks like things are going great between you and Ethan. You know, I owe you an apology. You said that you were going to be with Ethan, and here you are getting what you want. Your persistence actually paid off.
Whitney.
Teresa, what? What happened?
Ethan and I are finished.
What are you talking about?
He fired me. He doesn't want me ever to come back to the mansion. My life is over.
You actually asked my sister out.
Yeah, why? Did I do something wrong?
Of course not, Miguel. My sister's just being typically dense. I'm really glad you asked me, and I can't wait to go. And thanks for the financial assist, Jessica.
You mean you're not going to ask Charity to do the dance?
Well, I would have, but she's still a little afraid of me. I mean, that's why I figured I'd ask Kay. I mean, then Kay will bring her cousin, and that way we can all hang out together.
What?
Well, that's what I was going to tell you before Mrs. Ramsey called me over. I mean, you knew I was doing that, didn't you, Kay? You just agreed to be my date so I could be with Charity, right?
Of course, Miguel. Why else would you ask me?
Yeah, I mean, you said you'd do anything you could to help me get together with Charity.
And she meant it, Miguel.
I know, and that's why I figured this would be a good way. I mean, if she sees us together and we're cool, then maybe she'll stop being afraid of me.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and if I can make her trust me, then maybe she'll even dance with me. I mean, that would be the breakthrough I've been waiting for.
I'm sure that's what Kay's hoping for, too. Jessica?
Of course it is, Miguel. I knew exactly what you were doing when you asked.
Okay, this is how I see it happening. We'll all be there together, just hanging. And then once Charity gets comfortable, you guys can sort of disappear and Charity and I can be alone. What do you think, Kay?
I think it's a great plan.
You're upset, aren't you, Kay?
No, no.
Kay, we've been friends for a long time. I know when you're upset. Of course. And it's so clear. I was stupid not to have seen it sooner. I know what's got you upset. You don't have to pretend with me. All right, it's all this talk about me and Charity, and I know you want to be kissed by your guy. The boy you love, Reese.
Reese?
Yeah, and I know he's crazy about you. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And you've been such a good friend to me, helping me get together with Charity. So I'm gonna help you and Reese get together. And one day we can double date. Me and Charity and you and Reese.
Great.
Of course, the important thing is that Charity comes to the dance. I mean, I'm counting on you to get her here.
Don't worry, Miguel. I'll take care of it.
Thanks. I gotta get to class. Bye.
Man, you're the one that's crazy. I mean, if I had a sister like Teresa, I'd love to see her get hooked up with a Crane because then I'd be related to all that money.
You still don't get it, Hank.
What?
The Cranes are evil people. They have their own system of morality. They don't worry about the consequences. With all their money and influence, they think they can go their own way, do whatever they want, and get away with it.
Well, isn't that the way the ball bounces? I mean, in the real world?
That doesn't mean it's right. Look, I know there are a lot of people in this town that envy the Cranes' wealth, but that's because they don't realize that money corrupts.
Well, it sounds like you know something about them that I don't. Why don't you give me an example?
Look, I've heard stories, now. Stories that go back hundreds of years. There were a lot of bad things that the Cranes did. But because of their money, because they were Cranes, they got away with it. Their crimes were hushed up, papered over, forgotten.
Luis, you gotta get a grip. You make it sound like the Cranes had a Jack the Ripper in their family.
For all I know, there is a Jack the Ripper in their family.
Luis has a terrible grudge against my family.
Oh, I know. Ethan speaks about it. And actually, you know, Ethan and I had our own little run-in with Luis last summer. He tried to arrest us for lighting a fire on the beach.
See, it's that same grudge that caused the fiasco at the ballet.
What is his grudge?
Who knows? All I know is that he despises the Crane family. He hates that his mother has to work for us. Ethan knew that Luis would totally lose it if he found Teresa with him at the ballet. So to protect her, Ethan wound up looking guilty to you.
Oh, he certainly did do a good job of that. And
all he was doing was trying to protect Teresa from her brother. I mean, could you even love a man who did anything less?
well, I guess not, but I just wish Teresa wasn't so beautiful.
Gwen, you're beautiful. Ethan loves you. And if he was in love with another woman, I would be the first one to know. And I've made enough disastrous mistakes in love to know when someone else is making one. Don't make that mistake, Gwen. Get back together with Ethan.
You really think he still loves me?
Bet my life on it. In fact, I'm gonna find out where he is right now. Hi, Charles. This is Sheridan. Is Ethan home? He is. Thank you. Bye, Charles. Well, Ethan is at the country club playing tennis. So, if you're smart, you'll get your buns down there right away. You love him, and he loves you. Go talk to him. Straighten this out.
Oh, you're right. I mean, I'm sure that Teresa's the furthest thing from his mind right now. Thank you, Sheridan. Bye.
Bye.
Ethan fired you? But why? You guys were getting along so great together. It doesn't make any sense.
I know. It makes no sense at all.
Well, didn't he give you a reason? I mean, his mother said that you were doing a great job, right? She said that you were invaluable.
Yeah, that's what she said, but I don't know what I've done, Whitney. I don't even know why this is happening to me.
But you said that, you know, when you guys went to the ballet, that you both had a wonderful time. Has something happened since then?
Yeah, I mean, things have happened, but little things, but not bad things.
Then why did he fire you?
I have no idea. He won't tell me. All he says is he doesn't want to get into it.
I'm sorry, Teresa. I know he meant the world to you. I guess neither of us are having a great day so far.
Why? What's wrong?
I just found out that my dad hired Chad Harris to work for him at the school.
He did? Doing what?
I don't know, helping him out with athletic equipment, I guess. But you know how I worry about my parents and the stress that they're under. And you know that Chad makes Simone act crazy. You know the way she snuck out to the pool hall the other night. Thank God my parents don't know about that.
Yeah, Simone obviously has a major crush on Chad.
Yeah, but he is bad news. You know, I just don't want anything to add to my parents' stress at all.
Whitney, I am sorry. I wish there was something I could do to help.
Unless you know a way to make Chad leave town, there's nothing you can do. You know, Ethan's coming back. What are you gonna do, Teresa?
The only one thing I can do.
Hey, what's going on? I really thought Miguel wanted to be with me and not Charity.
I know this is something you've heard before, a lot. But maybe it's time for you to give up on Miguel.
Give up? No, no way.
How can you keep holding on to something that's never gonna happen?
It will happen, Simone. I'm going to make it happen.
What are you gonna do now?
Well, Miguel wants me to make sure Charity comes to the dance.
So, are you gonna do it?
Well, I'm going to tell Charity about the dance.
Tell her what?
Wait and see, Simone. Just wait and see. Hey, Simone. Kay, I love my classes. Thank you so much for all your help. Oh, always glad to be of help, Charity. So, are you planning on going to the dance, Charity? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to a dance before.
You still can't remember anything that happened before the fire?
Not really. I have short memories sometimes of my mom, but that's about all. Oh, my mother lost her memory 20 years ago. I hope your amnesia doesn't last that long.
I'm sure it won't.
You know, I don't think I even know how to dance. Or at least I don't remember if I do. Miguel told me that he danced with me once, but I'm sure he had to show me all the steps. Oh, well, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, that's not why boys go to these things. It's not? No. They go to make out. It's like the make-out scene of the year. Make-out scene? What do they do? Well, all the kids dress up in these crazy costumes and I don't know, they just do weird stuff they've never done before. What weird stuff? Well, let me put it this way. Some of the kids don't end up with all their clothes on by the end of the night. They don't? Yeah. And some kids go all the way, if you know what I mean. I think I do. I mean, it's up to you, of course, but if you want to see how wild kids can get, you'll be there. No, I don't think that I want to. I have to get to my next class. Mission accomplished.
I can't believe you said all those things.
She believed it, didn't she? And now I'll have Miguel all to myself.
Listen, you're kidding, right? I mean, you don't actually believe that there's a murderer in the Crane family, do you?
Look, all I know is that one day my father went to work at Crane Industries and never came back. And no one's ever seen him again.
Yeah, but you told me that you couldn't prove that the Cranes had anything to do with your father's disappearance.
That's right, but I'm certain that they were involved.
But why? I mean, what do you think happened?
I don't know. But the night before my father's disappearance, I remember him being on the telephone. He was talking to Alistair Crane.
So what was he saying?
I couldn't hear. And I've wondered all these years, why would the mighty Alistair Crane make a phone call at night to one of his lowly employees like Martin Fitzgerald?
You never found that out?
No, he disappeared the next day. And no one's ever seen him again. But I'm certain that the Cranes were involved.
Well, you know, you could be right.
Let's keep this between us, okay? But this is one good reason why, maybe you should think twice before getting involved with Sheridan or any other Crane.
I am not giving up my job, Whitney. It's brought me close to the lifestyle I have dreamed about ever since I was a little girl. And more than that, it's brought me close to the man I love.
Just don't say anything to Ethan that you're going to live to regret, okay?
Yes.
Hello, Whitney.
Hi, Ethan. I better go. I'm going to talk to you later, okay?
See you. I'm sorry, Teresa. I had to take care of some business.
Oh, it's okay. I understand. Ethan, I am not leaving my job until I know what this is all about.
You're right, Teresa. You have a right to know. I'm sorry for the way I've handled this.
Just tell me what I've done wrong.
You haven't done anything wrong. My father and I had a rather heated discussion, and I was still steamed when I saw you and told you couldn't come back to work.
So you were upset with your father, and that's why you fired me?
Well, not exactly. I'm not making myself very clear, but I want you to understand you haven't done anything wrong. It's not your fault that I'm telling you to go.
Well, whose fault is it? Are you sure it's not about Gwen?
Gwen.
She looked upset when she saw me after I fell and you caught me. You explained to her that it was just an accident, didn't you? That I tripped on the stairs and I fell?
Yeah, I already explained it to Gwen that it was an accident.
Did she believe you?
Yeah. Gwen's a little insecure right now, but she knows that I love her and I want to marry her. Gwen isn't the reason that I'm asking you to give up your job.
But if it wasn't Gwen, then what was it?
Teresa, there are things about my family that I'm just discovering. I didn't spend a lot of time in Harmony growing up, but now that I'm home, I'm seeing things about my family that I don't like. Things about my family that I don't want you to see.
Ethan, I am a big girl. I am sure whatever it is, I can handle it. You don't have to worry about me.
But I do, and I will. Teresa, I think very highly of you. I enjoyed working with you. I mean, it should be a lot easier if I didn't care about you, but I do.
You care?
Of course I do.
Miguel! Miguel, I just talked to Charity.
Well, what did she say? Is she coming?
No, she's afraid. I did my best to talk her into it, but she got really upset, so I didn't want to push it.
Oh. Well, thanks for trying, Kitty.
I'm really sorry, Miguel.
I know. I mean, if Charity's not going, then I don't see much point in going myself.
You're not going?
Well, don't worry. I'll talk to Reese. Make sure he asks you.
No, don't do that.
Why not?
Well, if you and I go to the dance together and I tell Charity what a good time we had, she'll realize it's okay to go out with you.
You think so?
Yes, I mean, I know you and I won't really be dating, but we can pretend, and it'll set a good example for Charity.
That's sweet, Kay, but what about Reese? I mean, I know you want to go to the dance with him.
Oh, I'll gladly give up one night with Reese if it'll help you and Charity get together.
So, have you thought about a costume for the dance? It's gonna be really cool.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna go. I heard about what goes on there, and I don't really think I'd feel comfortable being there.
What do you mean you heard about what goes on there?
You know, the wild things that kids do. Taking off all their clothes, making out.
Who told you that stuff? Oh, never mind. I know who. You talked to my sister, right?
Yeah. Kay wanted to make sure that I knew what I'd be getting myself into if I went.
Don't listen to Kay. She has the wildest imagination. She probably told you what she wishes dances were like.
You mean they're not really like what Kay said?
No. Kay overdramatizes everything. You have to get used to her. I mean, if someone fell off a curb, she'll tell you they fell off a roof.
Really?
Believe me, these dances are perfectly safe and sane. There's always adult chaperones.
So they never get too wild?
No matter how much you want them to. Come on, Charity. These dances are so fun and part of the whole high school experience.
Well, your mom said I was homeschooled, so I kind of would like to be part of the high school experience.
Sure you would. And if you still feel uncomfortable, you can wear a costume with a mask or something.
Yeah, I guess I could.
So, are you gonna go?
I don't know. It does sound kind of like fun.
Charity. I wish you'd change your mind about the dance. I mean, all your friends are gonna be there. They'll miss you.
Maybe I should go. What do you think, Kay?
Hey, Sheridan, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Hank.
You need any help?
No, thank you. Actually, though, if you could hold on to me while I get this last piece of tape here. Thanks, Hank. Oh, too. Thank you.
Yeah. Didn't want you to fall and sue the place.
I'm not interested in lawsuits, but thanks anyway. Well, what do you think?
Looks good. And, seeing how hard you're working, I'll make you a deal.
What kind of deal?
If you'll chaperone the dance, I'll count it against your hours you owe me for community service.
Now, that's a deal. The sooner I get through my hours, the better.
Ditto.
So, Hank, does that offer still stand about taking me to the Halloween dance?
Oh, absolutely.
Great. You can help me chaperone, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. Just gotta clear it here with the boss.
Do what you want. We're both grown-ups.
If I didn't care about you, Teresa, I would have just called you on the phone to fire you. But you're not just any employee. You matter to me and to my mother.
I do?
Of course you do. I mean, we love having you around. You're refreshing. You're special, Teresa. And I like having the chance to see the world through your eyes.
Then please, don't make me go. Don't make me give up my job.
Teresa, I'll find you another job. I mean, you could take your pick from any of the family businesses. You can work at the newspaper, the bank, I mean, whatever you want. And I'll make sure you're paid as much as you're making now or more.
No, the money isn't important, Ethan. I mean, of course I like making money, but that's not what I love about my job.
It's not?
No. It's the experience of working in your home. Seeing how you live. Seeing how your mother lives, the clothes she wears, the parties she gives.
All right. My mother has a lot of friends, people who live the same way we do. I'm sure she can find you a job for someone who would love to have you working for them. I'll ask her to make some calls for me.
No, don't. I don't want another job. I don't want to work for another family. I want to work for the Cranes.
But why? What's so important about working for my family?
You really don't understand, do you?
No, I'm afraid not.
I want to keep working for your family because all my dreams are right there in your house.
Well, of course you should go to the dance, Charity, if you want to.
Just what I told her.
Will you, Charity?
Yes. And I think I'm gonna wear a costume, like Jessica suggested.
Great.
What's happening?
Charity decided she's going to the Halloween dance.
She is?
That's terrific. Isn't that terrific, Kay?
It's great. A Halloween party wouldn't be any fun without you, Charity. Thanks, Kay.
I guess we better get to class.
See ya.
See you later.
I better be going too. Bye, Kay.
Better hurry, Reese. You don't want to be late.
Come on, Reese. This is all Jessica's fault. I swear, one of these days, I'm gonna push my sister in front of a moving car.
Jessica talked Charity into going to the dance?
Yeah, after all my hard work convincing her that it would be a scary, dangerous thing for her.
Why don't you just face facts, Kay? Miguel wants to be with Charity, not you. Just give it up.
I'll never give up. Never. By the time this fight is over, there's only gonna be one of us left standing. And it is not gonna be Charity.
You just don't listen.
Listen to what?
With everything that I've said about the Crane family, you're still gonna date Sheridan.
Yeah, I sure am, and she'll have me. Until I hear something concrete about them, I don't have a problem with the Cranes.
You know, when things get serious, Sheridan's just gonna dump you. Find someone else from the country club set to marry.
You know, you're way off base about her, man.
Thank you, Hank.
I don't understand it. How can all your dreams be right there in my house?
Ethan, until I went to work for your mother, all I ever knew about families like yours was what I read about in magazines or what I saw on TV. But that didn't stop me from dreaming about having that kind of life myself someday. Coming to work for your mother, it made it all seem possible. Mrs. Crane has taught me so much. Working for her, being in your home, has been an incredible experience. I'm beginning to see that I can have that kind of life I want someday. That it can be a reality. My future will be so much better because of what I have learned, Ethan. But I still have so much more to learn. And I have to leave now. All those dreams will be just that. Dreams.
I never knew how strongly you felt, Teresa. And how passionate you were about things that matter.
I am not going to let anyone or anything stand in the way of my getting what I want, Ethan.
Well, in the face of such determination, and how can I say no? You can keep the job with us. I just have to keep my eye on you.
Oh, Ethan, thank you. Thank you so much.